Hello, Internet family. I am on Hermosa Beach at the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Los Angeles, or on the coast of Los Angeles, rather. I want to check in about DNA activations. I posted a video on this same beach not quite 10 years ago. I think it was in 2013 about DNA activations and what they felt like and what a multidimensional experience of DNA activations would be like. And now it's been almost a decade. And so all of those things that I put into practice back then have been working for a decade now. And I don't necessarily talk to my DNA every single day because they're alive, they're in there, they have consciousness of their own. But I have definitely noticed the effects. In the decade since I started doing DNA activation, I have noticed a difference in the kinds of food that I need to eat, in the kinds of exercise that I need to have, and the types of nutrition. It's been interesting how playing around with things like breath work and breatharianism and fasting over this decade has opened up new vistas of life to me than anything I had had before. Once you start learning how to get your energy directly from prana or life force, and you don't have to work it through your body in the same way, it opens up new horizons. Not worrying about getting a headache if I'm traveling and I haven't been able to get food, and not worrying about exactly the right amount of calories every day or exactly the right amount of protein. And I'll tell you, I've never been a calorie counter and I've never really been a protein grams counter. However, I do like to stay in good health and I do notice what does and doesn't work for my body. So who knows which of these things is the one that worked? I believe that all of them worked in some part to create the life that I now live, which is pretty healthy. You know, around 10 years ago when I started all of these longevity practices, like going plant-based, doing lots of yoga, doing lots of meditation, energy work, visualizations, connecting with the natural rhythms of life, these kinds of things, the people around me who didn't want to do it said, "Why would you do that? Why would you change that up?" And I said, we'll have to see a few years whether it works or not, because right now, who knows? And sure enough, now a decade has gone by and it's worked. I want to stress that you can start this kind of thing anytime. It's not, you're never too old, it's never too late, and you can reverse aging. It works differently for each person, depending on your DNA, depending on your ancestral stuff, depending on what you have going on as far as your health and your history and your preferences. Everybody needs different stuff, but I think the answer is in looking for the answers. There are solutions out there to every problem. Sometimes they take a little while to get to you. Sometimes they require letting go of things you thought you knew. But at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. And if something's working, then you should keep doing it. And if it stops working, you should shift to something else. But I think that interacting with the deeper, more subtle parts of your own body and your own health is highly beneficial, because things don't have to get really bad then before you fix them, if you allow yourself to be sensitized to the subtle energies and see what's really going on. So in closing, DNA still activated. Did it make a difference? Heck yeah, it did. Am I still doing it? Yes, I am. Is it benefiting me? I think so. I mean, 38, and I regularly get told that I'm at least a decade younger than my years would tell you, depending on who I'm talking to. I find that the older people are, like the people in their 60s and 70s, assume that I'm in my early 20s. People in their 20s assume that I'm in my late 20s. I don't care how old I look. I just want to keep getting more beautiful over time, and I believe that that is the divine light that shines through you. So I don't care if I look like I'm 50 or like I'm 20. The point is, I want to keep getting healthier and healthier and allow more light to shine through me. There are certainly benefits to aging. For instance, even when it just comes to the sexuality part, not having every person you meet wanting to sleep with you because you're out of certain age ranges is quite an upgrade, I'll say. But it's nice to also be mysterious, and it's nice to, I'm proud of my age. I'm proud of the fact that I was born in 1983 and I still have so much health. But it's not necessarily cosmetic. I think it has to do with the light that you allow to shine through you. So my best anti-aging tips are good nutrition, enough rest and sleep, enough living foods. And when it comes down to it, the biggest anti-aging tip that I can give is heal your heart. When your heart gets broken, when you get betrayed, when you feel sad, really heal it, because that stress and strain and bitterness that can come if you don't heal it ages you. So sending you love from the water, from the Pacific, and let this be your sign to start doing something to take care of yourself today. There are a lot of little steps you can make, even if it's just drinking more water. Try it out and see what happens. Love you guys.